Hey guys, it's Coach Patrice. It's Monday. It's Motivational Monday. Let's get back in here and continue the conversation from last week. So last week I sat down and spoke to you about the worst protein options if weight loss is your goal. If you missed that, go ahead and check that video back from last week. I talked about specifically 4 different protein sources that are not ideal if weight loss is your goal. Not that I say you cannot eat them, not that you should eliminate them from your diet. You just don't want them in a high frequency if you're trying to simply lose weight. So naturally, I'm back to you guys again this week to talk about the options that are more appropriate for you to get that high protein diet and not to have a lot of fat with it in return. So this is in no particular order. I'm not ranking them. I'm just spewing them out so you can get your good notes. So number 1, you're gonna wanna have chicken breast, a lean cut of chicken. If you decide to do a ground chicken, remember like I said last week, you want a really, really lean ground chicken or turkey. So you want it to be like 90% or higher. 80% is the lowest you wanna go, okay? So be very, very careful because you want the leanest cut. You don't wanna have a lot of fat with that. You wanna just literally get the protein so you can get the benefits of that. Number 2 is eggs. You wanna make sure you get your eggs in, not just in the space of breakfast. If you're not a traditional breakfast eater and you don't eat eggs for breakfast, that's fine. You can put some eggs in your salad. You can have them as a snack in between meals. There's so many different ways that you can eat eggs and have benefits of them. Just obviously the egg white is gonna be where the multitude of your protein is. It's not that you can't eat the yolks, but you wanna be cautious of the frequency of eating the yolks. The third thing is gonna be Greek yogurt. Now, Greek yogurt is an easy way to get some protein in if you're somebody that's on the go and you don't have time to do a ton of cooking. Now with Greek yogurt, the thing you want to be cautious of is how much fat is in there and what you're putting in it. I'm a fan of parfaits. I like to dress up the yogurt, if you will, but you don't want it to be so much so that you bought like a flavored Greek yogurt and you're putting a ton of stuff in there. Now the sugar is so high, it's now a dessert, right? So cut up some fresh berries, maybe sprinkle a little bit of granola on top, or maybe have some agave or honey or something like that, but don't overdo it with the Greek yogurt. Use it as what it is for, a protein source. Now, for my plant-based folks that are like, okay, I don't eat any of that, and they want a more vegan option, I'm gonna give you a couple. So you got tofu, you got edamame, you've got quinoa, you got, of course, regular traditional protein shakes. What I always recommend for my clients that are plant-based, and beans, of course, you wanna be able to get your protein in both your food and a drink if you're a protein drinker. Don't just solely rely on, drinking a protein shake to get your protein in. You want to be able to supplement it more so through your food. Like for example, quinoa is technically a complex carb, but it also has 9 grams of protein in it as well. So make sure you're mixing up protein options in your food within your meals, and then if you're supplementing as well to get the rest of the protein that you need with a protein shake, feel free to do that. Now notice I did not mention fish. I didn't mention fish not because it's not any protein in there, because there's a lot of good protein in fish, but sometimes having fish in certain frequencies with certain foods can increase the fat depending on what type of fish it is. So the whitefish has a lot more, is a lot more leaner than like a salmon. Salmon has a higher protein count, but it also has a higher fat count too. So just be kind of careful with those. Some of the ones that I mentioned earlier, they're a little more risk-free, if you will, when it comes to what you eat it with. Now again, I am not saying don't eat fish for protein. I am not saying don't eat salmon. All I'm saying is if you're not working with a professional, a nutritionist, a nutrition coach, a dietitian, or someone like that that's helping you with pairings, you don't want to get in a position where you're eating too many fatty foods at one time subconsciously and not even realize it's happening. So just be careful with where you place the fish. White fish is good though. So remember your good healthy protein sources, and the biggest thing with protein, you want to try, if you can, to have protein in every meal, whether that's in a major form where you're having a really lean a lean chicken breast, or you're just having a quick on-the-go snack of Greek yogurt. You want to make sure you have protein in every meal because that is going to help you burn fat faster. It's going to help you have a more fullness feeling so you don't get hungry as quickly, and ultimately help you reach your goals of losing weight. If you have any questions about this, if you want me to specify even more, break it down even more next week, let me know. Of course, I always have topics that I want to share with you guys, but it's more important that this is a resource. My platform is educational piece, so you can come in, learn something you possibly didn't know, and take it out to the world and be great. Until next time, people, peace out.